You have seen these posts on Reddit. 2,000 applications to get one offer? That is absolutely diabolical, and no one should have to send out 2,000 applications to get a job. That is just diabolical. What you're doing right now, you're just mass applying on this simplified GitHub repo right here, maybe trying to get a referral whenever possible. And let's be real, it's not working. So in this video, I'm going to go over the only way to get new grad software engineering jobs in 2026. And it's all based on my own experience. Just to show you I'm not pulling this out of my ass, I have gotten new grad software engineering offers from Amazon and Google. And so if you don't want to have to apply to 2,000 jobs, if you don't want to have to just mass apply on the Simplify repo and hope for the best, then you need to watch this video closely. And so I'm going to split this video into 3 different components. First, I'm going to go over why the old ways of just, mass applying on this Simplify repo and trying to get a referral whenever possible, just don't work anymore. That's the first part. The second part, I'm going to go over that one strategy, literally the one strategy that changes everything that nobody else is talking about that will help you get offers from big tech companies. It's the same strategy I use. And then the final part of the video, at the end, I'm going to just straight up drop you the exact resume that got me into Amazon and Google. And I'm going to kind of decode it line by line by line and go over which parts of this resume will actually help you get more interviews. So first things first, why does the old method of just, mass applying, again, on the classic Simplify repo and trying to get a referral not work anymore? Well, a big part of it is due to this platform called Referral Hub. And I'm not even sure who created this. I'm not affiliated with them, but this is insane. You can just buy referrals at big tech companies. Referral at Adobe, Nvidia, Visa, Salesforce, IBM, Amazon, Stripe, Snowflake, Intuit, Tesla. I mean, this is insane. And this is just breaking the whole system. And it's why referrals are just not even that effective anymore. Even if you get a referral from someone you know at the company, it's not that effective anymore because everybody and their mom, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is buying referrals on this website. And it's just really breaking the whole process. And so that's why it's not working these days. This is a big part of why the market for new grad software engineering is just so cooked right now. A lot of people think it's like AI, layoffs, whatever. The fact that referrals are meaning less and less and less is also a big part of that. And so what is the actual one strategy that will get you offers and interviews in 2026? And it's what worked for me. It's cold email. And before you click off of this video and say recruiters don't respond to cold emails, or how do you even find cold recruiters' email addresses? I know you're gonna say that cold email is BS, but trust me, this actually works. I know it kind of feels like a pain. Like nobody wants to have to go and manually reach out to recruiters. It feels like our freaking degrees should be enough to get a job, but it's really not anymore. And cold email is what got me offers from Amazon and Google. So I'm going to quickly go over what to say in the email when you cold email recruiters. And I'm going to actually give you an example of how to find a recruiter email. We're just going to go through an example together. So I'm on Meta's LinkedIn page right now. I type in something like early talent or university recruiter. That's typically their titles. A recruiter pops up, our boy Chris Clark. I don't actually know him, but he seems to be a recruiter at Meta. I'm going to show you how to find his email address. First things first, though, what do you actually say in the email when you're reaching out to recruiters, right? This is the most important part about cold email, so you're going to want to listen to this part closely. I have this full 13-page guide on cold email. It's completely free. I'm not trying to sell you a course or anything. Just leave a comment if you want access to this cold email guide. But what do you actually say in the email? Well, we've got templates for intern, new grad, and early career. And what you want to say is, hi, Chris, for example, I noticed you recruit for engineering at Meta, and I'm especially interested in whatever kind of roles you like. I'm a new grad from whatever college you went to, seeking an early career software engineering role. And what you want to do here, this is probably the most important part when you cold email a recruiter. You've got to drop the 2 most impressive, sexiest bullet points from your resume over here. This is crucial. Not 1 bullet point, not 3 bullet points. I've tested this. 2 bullet points is kind of the sweet spot, and they've got to be the cleanest, most impressive bullet points from your resume. And it's got to be in this section of the email. This actually works. This is what got me into Amazon and Google. And towards the end of the video, when I go over the resume, I'm going to show you how to actually pick those 2 bullet points as well. And what you say is, hey, if you're the right contact, could you point me to the best rec to apply to or the right recruiter for these roles? Super simple. And then you just attach your resume as a PDF and thank them for their time. Keep it simple. But you also need to know how to actually find recruiter emails, right? So let's just go through a quick example together. And the strategy I'm about to go over, this will help you get recruiter emails at any company. This will be instrumental in helping you land a new grad offer. So you type in something like early talent, university recruiter, a bunch of recruiters will pop up, right? Tristan, Chris, Angela. Let's click on our boy Chris. We're on his LinkedIn profile over here. And what you want to do, this is it. This is like one of the biggest hacks, is to install this Chrome extension called Apollo. I've discussed this in the guide as well. Leave a comment if you want it. So this is a free Chrome extension that can get you the email address and the phone number of literally any person on LinkedIn. I don't know how it works, but I know it works, and I know it's legal. Don't worry. And it genuinely works. You can get the contact information of anyone just by looking at their LinkedIn profile. You can get their personal and work contact info. And it's completely legal. It's completely fine. Recruiters are okay with being reached out to like this. They're totally chill with it. You're actually making their job easier because you're literally presenting yourself as a qualified candidate, and you're doing their job for them. And so once you have the Apollo Chrome extension installed, you're going to get this kind of yellow circle pop up on any LinkedIn profile that you're on. You go ahead and click it, and boom, you get their work email and their personal email address, and you can even get their phone numbers. Now, let me go ahead and give you a warning. Don't email their personal email address. That's weird. Don't text or call them either out of nowhere. That's also spammy and weird, but it's totally fair game to go ahead and reach out to their work email. And so we can see Chris Clark at meta.com is his work email. And this is a completely fair and valid approach to go ahead and try and get interviews. And this is the template that you use. That's in the guide over here. But the thing is, cold email is not going to work unless your resume is 100% optimized. You've got to have some really standout bullet points over there for the recruiter to actually think that you're worth responding to. And remember, you're attaching your resume as a PDF, and they're going to take a quick skim over that in like 5-10 seconds. And the recruiter is going to make a judgment on whether or not you are worthy of an interview. And so your resume needs to be hyper optimized for this strategy to work. Like right now, your resume is probably decent. You probably think it's decent. But again, what you're doing right now, I bet you're probably just mass applying on this simplified GitHub repo, and you're not getting interviews. So if your resume was really perfect, if your resume was really optimized, you would probably be getting some more interviews. So just to give you that hard truth, what you need to hear, again, I'm only saying this because I want to help you. Your resume probably needs some work, and cold email is not going to work for you unless your resume is really dialed in. And so for the rest of this video, the last thing I want to go over with you is this resume over here. I'm not going to go over every single bullet point because that would just take too long. I'm just going to kind of point out the top 3 things that you need to fix on your resume that are absolutely essential, and they will help you get more new grad interviews. And so the first thing that's absolutely crucial is actually the titles. And so this is a big mistake that I see people make. I actually run kind of a mentorship community where I help new grads get jobs. So all day, every week, I'm reviewing resumes from our students. And the biggest mistake I see on people's resumes these days is all these weird titles. So people will put stuff like full stack developer, research intern, backend developer, cloud intern. People have got all these freaking titles on their resume, and that is a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake. It doesn't matter what your actual title was at your previous job or internship or whatever. You have my permission to just cap and change every title to software engineer. Software engineer, software engineer, software engineer. Making that one change will actually help you get more interviews. And the reason for that, I'm going to let you in on the secret there. It's actually 2 reasons. One, I've spoken to recruiters at big tech companies about this. They actually prefer that. They said that it looks cleaner and it kind of shows that your experience is more cohesive and connected. Recruiters kind of think it's all over the place if you have all these different titles like full stack developer, backend developer, research internship, which sounds kind of stupid because they're all kind of the same thing, but they actually prefer to see it as software engineer all throughout. And the second reason is actually ATS. Whether we like it or not, companies do use actual scanning filters or whatever to look for certain keywords on our resume. And then after that, the recruiter will actually kind of take a look at whatever resumes made it past ATS. And one of the things that ATS looks for is specifically the titles on your resume. Like if you're applying to a software engineering job, and the ATS is going to scan for the title software engineer on your resume. But if on your resume, for your previous work experiences, if you wrote full stack developer or web developer or research intern at like a research lab at your college or something, some people do that, well then then the ATS is going to think you don't have any experience as a software engineer, which is so dumb, right? But for some reason, this actually matters. And this is one of the tactics that helped me get into Amazon and Google. And so go ahead and just change all the titles on your resume to just say software engineer throughout, and you will get more interviews. I promise you that. The next thing that is so crucial on your resume is the keyword section. Now, a lot of other YouTubers are kind of afraid to say this because they think it's kind of controversial, but I'm just going to keep it real with you and give you the advice that's going to benefit you. You got to just kind of fluff up this section with more keywords, tools, technologies, frameworks. It's okay if you're not like an expert on them. As long as you know the basics, just add it to your resume. It's going to be just fine. Again, a lot of people don't like to admit that they do this because they're kind of virtue signaling. They're on some kind of moral high horse, but it is completely fine to do this. Basically, everyone that I know that got into big tech, including myself, has, put some tools on their resume that, they kind of had some basic understanding of, but they weren't an expert at by any means. It's completely fine to do that. I give you full permission to go ahead and do that. And the final thing that you need to do on your resume, if you want to get a new grad software engineering job, if you want to escape that hell of just mass applying on this specific GitHub repo right here, you need to optimize the actual meat. You need to optimize the actual bread and butter of your resume, all of these bullet points. And the one thing that you need, I know you've probably heard this before, but bear with me, you need to have metrics and percentages in nearly every bullet point on your resume. That is so crucial. A lot of people will have that in a couple of bullet points on their resume. These percentages like improved search accuracy by 20%, improved system throughput by 30%. But you need to have that in like 80% of the bullet points on your resume. And a lot of people are kind of concerned as to how to really come up with that if they don't know the true impact of their work in their previous, work experience. But dude, it's completely fine to just ballpark it and give a rough estimate. You don't actually need to know the exact impact. This is what everyone does, the people who are getting offers from big tech companies. You do not need to know the actual number. It's completely fine to just come up with a rough ballpark estimate. Obviously, don't completely exaggerate it and lie. That could totally backfire. Don't do that. But it's fine if it's like a rough, educated guess. It does not need to be exact. You don't need to have some cold, concrete proof of it because no one's going to actually go and verify it. It just needs to be a rough, reasonable estimate that you could back up just in case you get asked about it. And that is so crucial to have on your resume. You've got to go ahead and fix those bullet points on your resume. All right. If you want one-on-one guidance from an entire team of FANG engineers, everyone on my team, we've gotten into FANG. We will literally just do this for you. We will rewrite your entire resume for you. We will teach you how to cold email recruiters, and we're going to run you through one-on-one mock interviews with us so that you can ace any interview that you get. If you want that one-on-one mentorship and guidance from us, just click that link below. Go ahead and book a call to speak with me, and we can see if you're a good fit for this program. And if you're looking for some more videos to watch where I go over more resume tips, more cold email tips, more advice on whether referrals actually work in 2026, there are going to be some more videos popping up on the screen soon. YouTube's going to put those up. Watch them, and I will see you soon.